Some people don't deserve a warning. They drain your energy, poison your focus, and corrode your sense of self, all while smiling to your face. The Stoics believed that silence was the most powerful form of self-defense. No confrontations, no explanations, just a quiet removal. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how to disappear from their reach, using 5 ancient principles that still cut deeper than any words ever could. Lesson 1. Protect your inner sanctuary. Every day, your mind is bombarded. Notifications, complaints, subtle jabs, emotional noise. Most people don't even notice the toll it takes until their inner world feels like chaos. The Stoics were masters of guarding this space. Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." But how can you enjoy the present when you're mentally hosting someone else's bitterness, resentment, or drama? Think about it. You open a message from someone who always complains. You brace yourself before even reading it. One phone call, one DM, and suddenly your energy is gone for the day. This is not just annoying, it's invasive. Your mind is a temple, and every toxic person you allow in is graffiti on the walls, noise in the silence, dirt on the floor. A Stoic doesn't argue or beg for change. They simply stop allowing toxic influence to rent space in their head. Cutting someone off isn't about revenge. It's about renovation. Detachment is the quiet decision to reclaim your sanctuary. This space is sacred. You don't belong here anymore. Lesson 2. Prioritize your life's purpose. Every moment you spend justifying yourself to someone who doesn't respect you, every ounce of energy you waste managing someone else's chaos, is time stolen from your purpose. The Stoics didn't chase validation. They chased virtue. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." When you stay entangled in toxic dynamics, you are pulled off course, not just emotionally, spiritually. Picture your life as a ship. Every toxic person is an anchor, disguised as a companion, and you wonder why you haven't moved forward. A Stoic cuts the rope, not to be cruel, but to move. Let's say you're building something, a business, a skill, a better version of yourself, but you've got a friend who mocks your goals, plants doubts in your mind, makes you feel small every time you share your ambition. That's not harmless teasing, that's corrosion. The Stoic recognizes this not as a minor annoyance, but as a threat to their reason for being. It's like trying to run with someone quietly tying weights to your ankles. You don't reason with them. You take the weights off, and you keep running. If someone mocks your ambition, discourages your growth, or poisons your confidence, they are not part of your mission. They are the distraction from it. Lesson 3. Fortify your boundaries. Most people treat boundaries like fences. Thin, temporary, optional. But the Stoics saw boundaries as walls of the mind. Strong, intentional, and non-negotiable. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." But what if the same person keeps triggering the same reaction in you over and over again? That's not a reaction problem. That's a boundary problem. Imagine this. You have a family member, Maybe a parent, sibling, or cousin who constantly criticizes your choices, your career, your relationships, your values. They mask it as concern, but it's control. Every visit turns into a mental chess match. Every phone call ends with you questioning yourself. A Stoic doesn't beg to be understood. They don't water down their convictions to keep the peace. They enforce boundaries, not with arguments, but with absence. It's like owning a house with a broken lock. You can't control who comes in until you fix the door. A boundary isn't a wall against love. It's a lock on your peace. And not everyone deserves a key. Detachment is not disrespect. It's protection. Not every battle needs to be fought. Sometimes strength is walking away before you're dragged into a war you never chose. Lesson number 4. Embrace inner wholeness. Many people stay in toxic relationships because deep down, they don't believe they're enough on their own. They fear silence. They confuse loneliness with emptiness. But the Stoics knew that wholeness doesn't come from being with someone. It comes from being unchanged without them. Seneca wrote, "To be able to endure solitude is the highest achievement of all." You're not meant to patch your soul with someone else's presence. You are not half of a whole. You are not waiting to be completed. Imagine this. You're in a relationship where you're constantly belittled, controlled, or made to feel not enough. But every time you think of walking away, a voice inside says, "What if no one else accepts you?" That's not love. That's self-abandonment. It's like living in a cracked mirror, constantly seeing a distorted version of yourself. And the longer you stay, the more you forget what you really look like. The Stoic cure was stillness, solitude, self-command. When you are whole, you don't chase. You don't cling. You simply choose what aligns and let go of what doesn't. Lesson number 5. Detach without drama. When a connection becomes toxic, most people crave one thing: closure. They want to explain, to be understood, to win the final conversation. But the Stoics knew true power doesn't chase explanation. It walks away, completely, and without a word. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." When you detach from someone silently, you're not punishing them. You're simply refusing to keep feeding a dynamic that's already broken. And that silence, that void where you used to pour energy, that becomes a space where healing begins. It's like shutting a door in a burning building. You don't yell, you don't argue, you just close it and breathe. Then you turn and walk forward, not with bitterness, but with clarity. As Epictetus said, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. And sometimes, freedom starts with silence. Don't explain, don't warn, don't wait for them to understand. Understand yourself. If someone disrupts your peace, devalues your purpose, or distorts your identity, the most Stoic thing you can do is to disappear from their reach, not out of hate, not out of ego, but because your life is too sacred to be wasted in emotional quicksand. Let them wonder. Let them tell their version. Let them fill the silence with stories that make them feel better. None of that is your concern. The Stoic understands. Dignity doesn't scream. It walks away. Your energy is currency. Stop spending it on bankrupt people. You were not born to convince, to fix, to absorb everyone's pain. You were born to build a mind, a path, a life that reflects reason, discipline, and purpose. So take inventory, not of your followers, your social circle, or your inbox, but of your soul. Who strengthens it? Who stains it? Cut accordingly. And when you do, don't flinch. Don't second guess. Don't explain. Just go. You owe no one access to your peace. And the ones who deserve it won't make you bleed for it. As Epictetus said, keep your will in harmony with nature. That is freedom. Walk away silently and don't look back.